We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Hello students, today we will discuss about the chapter 2 alkene, alkene and conjugated dienes in the pharmaceutical organic chemistry. In that we will discuss about the several questions that may be asked in your GTU examination as frequently. Question number 1, write a note on Markovnikov orientation. Answer for that. The Markovnikov or anti-Markovnikov rule assigns the orientation of electrophilic addition of hydrogen halides to eight symmetrical alkene or alkynes in which hydrogen itself attaches to the least substituted carbon atom in a double bond or triple bond. This is the example for that how from isobutylene we can produce tert-butyl bromide as a major product in Markovnikov addition, while in the presence of peroxide we can obtain isobutyl bromide as a major product. Markovnikov rules was first deduced in 1870 as an empirical rule based on Markovnikov's experimental observations on the addition of hydrogen halides to alkenes. These are the other examples for that. In the mechanism, there is a formation of carbocation intermediate, which is most essential to write in answer for the GTU examination. Question number 2. Differentiate between E1 and E2. In that, the student may produce the answer in the form of columns and rows. For the E1 reactions, they are unimolecular eliminations and they have two steps involved. First one is ionization and second one is deprotonation. In E2 reactions, they are bimolecular reactions and generally one-step mechanisms. E1 reactions are first order kinetics compared to E2 reactions are second order. E1 reactions rate is proportional to the concentration of the substance to be transformed, while in E2 it is proportional to eliminating reagent concentration and substrate concentration. During ionization in E1, there is a formation of carbocation as an intermediate, while the same will occur in E2 with the deprotonation as a mechanism. E1 reaction takes place in the presence of base, which further leads to the formation of pi bond in the molecule, while in E2 carbon hydrogen and carbon halogen bonds mostly broke off to form a new double bond. E1 reactions resembles to the SN1 reactions, while in E2 a base is a part of a rate determining step and it has a huge influence on mechanism. This is a demonstration of E1 elimination and E2 elimination. Question number 3. Differentiate between the Markovnikov and anti-Markovnikov addition. In that, first we can explain to it that in addition reactions of alkenes or alkynes, the proton is added to the carbon atom that has the greatest number of hydrogen atoms attached to it. While in anti-Markovnikov rule, it explains that in addition of alkenes or alkynes, the proton is added to the carbon atom that has the least number of hydrogen atoms attached to it. According to Markovnikov rule, the hydrogen atom is attached to the carbon atom with highest number of hydrogen substituents, while in anti-Markovnikov rule, the hydrogen atom is attached to the carbon atom with the least number of hydrogen substituents. The negative part of addendum, that is chloride and bromide, goes to the carbon which has least number of hydrogen atoms attached to it. This is a practical illustration of Markovnikov and anti-Markovnikov mechanism. Question number 4. State the Sezgev rule. What is pyrolysis? And give general reactions of pyrolysis for alkene. This rule involves dehydrohalogenation of haloalkane and production of alkene from that. So, haloalkanes undergoes elimination reactions to form the alkene in the presence of KOH and ethanol. The example for that, on contrast, pyrolysis is the thermal decomposition of materials at elevated temperatures in an inner atmosphere. Furthermore, it involves a change of chemical composition. The word is coined from the Greek-derived element pyro, fire, and lysis means separating. This is the example for the pyrolysis mechanism. Question number 5. Write a note on hydroboration oxidation reaction with mechanism. This hydroboration oxidation of alkenes is a two-step pathway used to produce alcohols. The reactions proceed as an anti-Markovnikov manner where the hydrogen BH3 and BHR2 attaches to the most substituted carbon and boron attaches to the least substituted carbon in the alkene double bond. This is a practical illustration as an example. Hydroboration step. This step begins with the addition of boron in the form of BH3 to the given double bond. This leads to the transfer of hydrogen atom to the carbon atom that is adjacent to the carbon bonded with boron atom. The hydroboration step described is now repeated twice, giving three alkenes that are attached to the boron atom from the initial BH3. This is the example for that how we can obtain the alcohol. Oxidation step. Now that the trialkyl boron is generated and second step of the hydroboration process can be executed. In this step, the boron atom comes under attack by the hydrogen peroxide ion, which is nucleophilic in nature. Hydroxide ion is now removed. This process happens thrice to give a trialkyl borate as a product. This is the mechanism for the illustration purpose. Hydroboration oxidation for alkyne mechanism. Same as the alkene, we can go for the alkyne that undergoes the hydroboration. This is the mechanism for the illustration purpose. Question number 6. Explain electronegativity, electrophile and nucleophile. It is the most essential questions frequently asked in GTU examination. In that, students have to produce the answer accordingly. So first we will see about what is electrophile. Positively loaded or neutral species are called electrophiles that are deficient in electrons and can accept a couple of electrons. These are also called species that love electron. The term electrophile can be split into electro derived from electron and phile, which means loving. They are electron deficient and hence electrons loving. They are positively charged or neutral charged. They attract electrons. Movement of electrons depends on the density. These are the examples for that. For example, proton S3O plus, chloride plus, bromide plus, iodide plus, nitrogen plus, etc. Second thing, that is nucleophile. What is that? It is a reagent comprising an unparalleled or lone pair of electrons. As a nucleophile is wealthy of electron, it looks for deficient electron locations. Nucleus means loving nucleus. Nucleophiles act as a Lewis species according to the Lewis notion of acids and bases. The term nucleophile can be split into nucleo, derived from the nucleus, and phile, from which means loving. They are electron rich and hence nucleus loving. They are negatively charged or neutrally charged. They donate electrons. Movement of electrons depends on density. They move from low density area to high density area. They undergo nucleophilic addition and nucleophilic substitution reactions. A nucleophile is also called as Lewis base. For example, as nitrogen is less electronegative than oxygen, ammonia is a stronger nucleophile than water. What that means is a more loosely containing nitrogen bound lone pair of ammonia than the oxygen bound solitary water pairs. To make you understand how are different from each other, here are some of the major differences between atom and ion. Electronegativity. Electronegativity is the property of the atom which increases with its tendency to attract electrons of a bond. If two bonded atoms have the same electronegativity values as each other, they share electrons equally in the covalent bond. This results in the polar covalent bond. The tendency of an atom in a molecule to attract the shared pair of electrons toward itself is known as electronegativity. For example, in methyl chloride, where chlorine has a more electronegativity negativity compared to carbon atom. Question number 7. Give the uses of paraffin and discuss about stability of conjugated dienes. As the paraffin is an alkene hydrocarbon that has a variety of practical uses in industries such as medicine, agriculture, and cosmetics. Paraffin can also be used as a colorant for electrical systems, as hydraulic fluid, and as a solvent for greases and insecticides. Liquid paraffin also has medicinal properties. Conjugated versus non-conjugated dienes. Here we have the examples 3,5-octadiene and 2,5-heptadiene. In the structure, you can see in conjugated dienes, one of the single bond is between the two double bonds, while in non-conjugated, two single bonds are there in two double bonds. So there is no pattern observed in non-conjugated dienes. Stability of conjugated dienes. Conjugated double bonds are separated by a single bond, as we've seen previously. 1,3-dienes are an excellent example of a conjugated system, as we can see in diagram representation. Conjugated dienes are more stable than non-conjugated dienes. We can say isolated or cumulated due to factors such as delocalization of charge through resonance and hybridization energy. In one of the GTU question paper, the question was regarding the stability of conjugated diene over non-conjugated diene, and the answer will be the stability of the conjugated dienes is more compared to non-conjugated diene or isolated dienes because of the delocalization of charge through resonance. Conjugated dienes are more stable than non-conjugated dienes because of the factors such as delocalization of charge through resonance and hybridization energy. This is the example, the practical illustration that how conjugation and the resonance take place. Question number 8. Write a note on free radical reactions of alkene. The most important reactions involving free radical are substitution and halogenation. Free radical substitution reactions or radical halogenation and halogenation, mainly four type of reactions are there. Halogenation of alkenes. The alkane react with halogen at high temperature or in the presence of light to form haloalkenes. Chlorination, bromination, iodination, and fluorinations. These are the four types of reactions involved in them. In chlorination reactions, in the presence of light and high temperature, we can produce alkyl chloride accordingly. Same as for the bromination and fluorination. In the mechanism, there is a propagation of change through which the reaction can be proceeded out. Here is a mechanism that how the free radicals are formed. After that, there is the end of change in chlorination of alkanes and finally produce the final product of alkyl chloride. Bromination of alkanes involves the same mechanism as discussed previously. We can apply the same mechanism to fluorination as well. Question number 9. Describe the factors affecting E1 and E2 reactions. The order of reactivity of the alkyl group. The tertiaries are more active compared to secondary and primary. This is because the rate determining step is the formation of carbocation and the stability of these ions increases. The SN2 and E2 mechanisms differ in how R group affects the reaction rate. As the number of R groups on the carbon with leaving group increases, the rate of E2 reaction increases. This is the diagrammatic representation of R group. The increase in E2 reaction rate with increasingly alkyl substitution can be rationalized in terms of transition state stability. In the transition state, the double bond is partially formed. Thus, the transition state for a more substituted alkene is lower in energy, reducing the activation energy for the reaction and making the reaction faster. The rate of E1 reaction increases as the number of R groups on the carbon with leaving group increases. This is the example for that. The strength of the base usually determines whether a reaction follows the E1 or E2 mechanism. Strong bases like OH- and OR- favor E2 eliminations, whereas weaker bases like H2O and ROH favor E1 reactions. Question number 10. Write on Diels-Alder reaction. So in organic chemistry, Diels-Alder reaction is a chemical reaction between a conjugated diene and substituted alkene. It was first discussed in 1950 and Diels chemist won the Nobel Prize on that. This is a dramatic representation of alkene and alkyne. How does they produce the reaction in the form of Diels-Alder reaction. Since the reactions from a cyclic product via a cyclic transition state can also be described as cycloaddition. This is the mechanism for that. These are the dienes and the dienophiles. Stereoselectivity. In the reaction, stereospecific with respect to both diene and dienophile should be there. Anti and syn addition on both components, bonds from same species at the same time. This is illustrated by these examples below, where you should compare the relative positions substituents in the images. Cyclic dienes can give stereoisomeric products depending on whether the dienophile lies under or away from the diene in the transition state. The endo product is usually the major product due to kinetic control. This is a illustration of how the spatial attack of the dienophile take place to produce various stereospecific products. Question number 11. Describe ozonolysis of alkene in detail. So this is the questions which is frequently asked in G2 examination. And ozonolysis allows the cleavage of alkene double bonds by reaction with ozone. As we know, the ozone has a structure of O3, and depending on the work of different products may be isolated. Reductive work of gives either alcohols or carbonyl compounds, while oxidation workup leads to carboxylic acids or ketones. Ozonolysis refers to the organic chemical reactions where ozone is employed to cleave the unsaturated double bond of alkenes, alkynes, and azo compounds. It is organic redox reaction. Ozonolysis reaction. Ozone is a very reactive allotrope of oxygen. The reaction of ozone with alkene and alkyne causes oxidative cleaving of alkene and alkynes. The carbon-carbon triple bonds are replaced with carbon-oxygen double bonds, giving the required carbonyl compound as shown below. This is a mechanism for that in the intermediate, that is ozonide. Ozonolysis mechanism. This is a full mechanisms for the illustration purpose that how the carbonyl compounds form. Ozonolysis of alkene is generally converts with the two techniques, reductive workup and oxidative workup. In step 1, the electrophilic addition of ozone to the carbon-carbon double bond forms the molozonide intermediate, which is quite unstable. Due to this unstable nature, molozonide continues reacting, breaking apart to form the carbonyl molecule and carbonyl oxide molecule as shown below. In step 2, the carbonyl molecule and carbonyl oxide molecule form in the step 1 rearrange themselves, reforming to create a more stable ozonide intermediate. Oxidative workup. When oxidant hydrogen peroxide is used instead of zinc or dimethyl sulfide to treat the ozonide, the aldehydes formed are oxidized to carboxylic acids. Potassium permanganate in the presence of hot acid can also be used in the oxidative workup. Reductive workup. Here the ozonide is treated with mild reducing agents such as dimethyl sulfide and zinc metal with water. The ozonide is reduced as shown below. Ozonolysis of alkyne. These are the examples for the mechanisms. with the formation of ozonide, same as we discussed before. But here, dicarbonyl compound form instead of single carbonyl compound. Question number 12. Explain in detail about Grignard reaction for the synthesis of alkanes and alcohols. As we know that Grignard reagents are the most reactive compounds and works as a catalyst for the formation of alkanes and alcohols. So they are capable enough of producing primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohols. This is the example involved in that. In that, alkyl magnesium halide is used for the formation of alkene. This is the synthesis of alcohol for aldehydes in Grignard reaction. Question number 13. Describe general method of preparation of alkene with example. Decarboxylation refers to the process of removal of carbon dioxide from the molecule having COOH group, that is carboxylic group. Saturated monocarboxylic acid salt of sodium potassium on dry distillation with soda lime gives alkene. This is the general reactions for that. What's reaction? This is the reaction of a solution of alkyl halide in ether on heating with sodium gives alkene. This is a general illustration and how it will produce the alkene. Limitation of Wurtz reaction. Methane cannot be obtained by this method. The reaction fails in case of tertiary halides. And mechanism involved in that. This is a practical illustration for that. By the reduction of alkyl halides. Alkyl halides on reduction with nascent hydrogen forms alkene. By hydrogenation of alkenes, we can produce alkene. Here, we can use catalysts as platinum, palladium, and nickel. Kolbe's electrolytic method. In that, we can produce the alkene from the corresponding carboxylic acids. By Grignard reagent, of course, from that we can produce alkenes. By reduction of alcohols, aldehydes, ketone, or fatty acids, we can deduce the structure of alkene. These are the examples involved in that. By reduction of carbonyl compounds, we can produce alkene. By hydroboration of alkenes, we can produce alkene. By Core-House synthesis, we can produce alkene. Describe general method of preparation of alkene with example. First one is dehydration of alcohols, and the removal of water molecule take place. These are several examples for that. Second one is dehalogenation of dihalides. Kolbe's electrolysis, partial hydrogenation of alkynes. By Grignard reagents, by heating quaternary ammonium compounds, we can produce alkenes. Question number 15. Describe preparation and synthetic utility of Grignard reagent. Grignard reagents form when magnesium metal binds to carbon atom on an alkyl group containing an halogen atom. Because Grignard reagents readily donate their electron to form chemical bonds with other molecules. They are called nucleophiles. Grignard reagents are also used for Grignard reaction. These are the reactions for that. From that, how we can get the final product. They are mainly used for the formation of alkane that we have discussed before. It is also used for the preparation of alcohols, as you can see over here. Question number 16. Comment. Bromination of alkane is more selective than chlorination. So this is a comment in that a chain reaction mechanism for the chlorination of methane has been described. Bromination of alkanes occur by similar mechanism but is slower and more selective because a bromine atom is less reactive hydrogen abstraction agent than a chlorine atom, as reflected by higher bond energy of hydrogen and chlorine than hydrogen and bromine. This is the end of the lecture. Thank you.